Alright, everybody. So, I guess one of the things I'd have to say is I think I really, really am starting to like some of the stuff that's coming out of China. And they're coming out with a lot of good stuff, especially this company. Anyways, everybody, let's get into it. Let's talk blades because that's what we're into. Today, I have for you guys a knife from a company that starting to catch my attention. Not too much now, so wasn't for a friend of mine. But I've heard of these guys. I've never really seen a knife up close till mostly recently. So here it is, Artisan Cutlery, high quality precision crafted knife. No offense, but that's how you know that this is. To me, this sounds like improper English. High quality precision crafted knife. Wouldn't it be like knives plural? High quality precision crafted knives. Or maybe they just mean high quality precision crafted knife that is in this box, but all others are hit and miss. I don't know. Anyways, I make fun. I want to say that I really do like this company. I don't know how much because it's still kind of, I'm in the beginning stages of it, but you know. Anyways, you see the Artisan Knives logo here. And yes, this is the shark. So why did I consider this knife? Well, I'll tell you why. Because the knife that I am carrying with me has a few things that I wish it had that this one now does. So, fairly similar to, why not? By the way, it comes in this very thick, very, very thick cardboard rectangle box. And of course, you get it in this pouch right here. And underneath that, you have an information card and this tactical silica bag, which you can use to throw in the drinks of your enemies to poison them in every which way possible. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. This, I don't know, this is just for oxygen to keep everything nice and fresh. Anyways, it's garbage. And then, of course, it comes with this information card, which I find very interesting. So you got the model number right here, 1707P. Blade steel is D2. The hardness for the Rockwell hardness is 58 to 60 HRC. Handle material is G10. Structure, ceramic ball bearing liner lock. So the ceramic would be the pivot, and ball bearing liner lock. All right, so just to let you guys know that. I guess you already haven't figured that out. And of course the process is CNC machined. Flip it around and then you have the care and maintenance all on one card, so that way you guys know how to take care of it when you need to and how you need to. So that's really cool. So that's neat. For a knife that's under a certain price range, to get a card like this I think is actually really nice. Anyways, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the knife. So here it is. It's in this bag. It's a really nice felt bag. Very nice stitching. That gold stitching kind of thing. And now I did do that myself. I just tied it to keep it closed, but it keeps it nice and sturdy in there. If anything else, you got a lot of wiggle room too. And then here's the knife. So a few things. This knife, what does it remind me of? Well, I'll bring it into frame right now. I'm going to move this out of the way. This. You guys remember this. This is my beater knife that a friend gave to me because I gave him gas money, and he decided to just go ahead and give me a knife because he knew that I was into them. Anyways, I've been using this knife, and I gotta say, for a $20 knife, literally this is probably twice its worth. Very sturdy for a $20 knife. Very, very, it feels like a $40 to $60 knife, to be honest. Now, things I love about this knife is the handle, is the blade style, and just the overall practicality and use of this, at least to me anyways. It doesn't have any thumb studs, it has a flipper tab, and it's lightning fast and still smooth as heck. It's got D2 steel. I love the blade shape, the blade profile. So with that being said, I'm going to put this off to the side. You guys already know, you guys have already seen this knife. We're here to talk about the Shark. Now with that being, you know, what it is for the price range that it's at, for $35 more and change, roughly $36 and change, you could get yourself an Artisan Cutlery Shark, which is essentially the same knife, but longer, has a deep carry pocket clip, anodized hardware, and you can switch the pocket clip from left to right. Same blade steel, but just a little bit better in my opinion, better quality. Really, really smooth action on the ball bearings, and I can tell you right now with a lot of these Shark models, and I don't know what it is, but I've seen this with only this possible pattern, that you can undo or tighten this pivot. But with mine, I guess I got lucky, because this would be on the same side on the back, but it's not. You get, I believe that's a T8 Torx right there. So I don't know, but the ones that I've seen had both this on the other side as well, and it makes it very difficult to try and alter the knife, if you will, to try and repair it, tighten, or loosen the pivot in any which way, shape, or form. So I don't know if this is one of the newer models and they decided, we need to do a little bit better on it. But they've caught the attention on there. So anyways, we're going to get to a little bit of the specs on this, and I'm going to go ahead and, you know, run by the weight and the length and all that. So it's a very, very high grind on this knife. It has a very thick spine, as you can tell, and it tapers down like a very, very high saber grind, in my opinion. But it's really nice. It's a really nice 4-inch blade, D2 steel, and you can see the serial number on there. And of course, it says China. Not a lot of people like that. Now, for a while, I didn't really, but they're starting to come out with better stuff, so I'm kind of happy with that. Of course, the G10 is not overly grippy. It's nice. It feels good. It's not overly textured, and it has, what this knife lacks, and it is a deep carry pocket clip. Now, one thing that would make this knife perfect is if they actually channeled out where you see the deep carry pocket clip sits on the handle, so that way this sits flush to the handle. And why do I say that? Because this pocket clip, if you hit it with enough force, and these screws are on there tightly, I made sure of that myself, this pocket clip will shift if you hit it while it's in your pocket. And that's just natural, because there's nothing holding the pocket clip from making it not doing that. The next thing they need to do is channel out a little rectangle in there that'll fit this, so that way this sits flush to the handle and not sticking up like that, so that way this thing, it doesn't shift. That's my only complaint and gripe about this knife. Otherwise, it would be 100% perfect, and I would recommend this 100%. But I only recommend this to people who are willing to be okay with that. It doesn't bother me too much, but I've noticed that every now and again when I take it out of my pocket, I have to kind of move this pocket clip just to center it, recenter it, because it'd be way too far back this way. And that's not a huge deal. I mean, it still works, it still functions, but I know that over time it's going to wear these screws down, and it's going to cause this to loosen and possibly ruin the threading on the screws. I know that because I've had the same issue before, and over time it takes some time, but you know, I don't know. Anyways, we'll get into the specs of this knife now, so that way you guys understand what you're looking for, or what you're getting if you decide to purchase this knife. Go ahead and do the weight on it. It does have a little bit of weight to it, but that's because it's a bigger knife and overall better quality materials. So, you know, why not give it a little bit of loving, right? Alright, sorry about that. What the heck? There it goes, ounces. Comes in at a whopping 4.35 ounces, so just under 5 ounces. And that's really good for this knife. For what it is and what you're getting, the materials, it's fantastic, you know. And this is not titanium, these are steel liners, but it's anodized blue, so it sticks out. And of course they cut the handle scales just a little bit smaller, so that way the blue anodization sticks out, complements the knife very nicely. And I really do like that and appreciate that. And of course the pocket clip, along with the 2 screws on the back, actually match the blade, which I think they could have just done it with just the pocket clip, because it doesn't make sense that the pivot is anodized blue with the liners, but the hardware screws on the outside are not anodized blue along with the pivot. That, I don't know. That's small. That's a small thing. It's not a huge deal. Alright, so we'll get into the blade length on this bad boy right here, so you guys see how long the knife is. And yes, you do get a full 4-inch knife with an overall, I can't even fit it in the frame. Trust me when I say this, it is overall 9 inches exactly. 9 inches of knife. Now when it's closed, you're probably going to be looking at maybe a 5-inch handle, but we'll check that out right now. Yes, exactly, 5-inch handle. Alright. And then, of course, we'll get into the width of things, so that way you guys have a decent idea on what to expect. Now, with the handle being what it is, it's a little bit wide. You're looking at 11.0 millimeters, and on the blade, you're looking at a 2.1. All things considered, overall, it's a decent knife. And for the price, I mean, if you're going to step it up from a $20 knife to a $55, $56 knife, it's not that bad. Amazon still has these things, and Blade HQ still has a lot of these Artisan cutlery knives. And I gotta say, it's nice and thin, it fits the hand, and you still got a lot of real estate on the handle. And you got this, you know, the flipper tab turns into a finger guard, so it ensures that you do not ride up on this knife when you thrust it into something. So that's really cool. And I really do like it. I really do like it. The only thing that I have to say that I don't like is the looseness of this pocket clip. They need to fix that. This knife would be perfect if they did that. When I got this knife, the pocket clip lip of this was sticking way up farther than that, and I had to take a pair of pliers to remove this pocket clip and bend this down just so I can avoid it catching on to stuff. So now it fits the pocket just right. So be careful with that. Another thing that I find myself doing is that I'm slipping off of the flipper tab. I find myself doing this a lot, and then it opens up. So that's normal. You know, at least because the ball detent on this thing is pretty decent. So for what it is, it's not a bad knife, especially for the price. A pocket clip to me feels a little cheap. It doesn't really feel too strong, but I'll take that back. It's decent. It's not too thin. I've felt worse pocket clips, but this being really shiny, I probably would have done it with the matte finish, would have been better. But I do like the fact that it's a deep carry pocket clip. That is a huge win compared to this, because you have this much knife sticking out of your pocket, you know, and that kind of hinders a lot of things. It doesn't matter. The one thing that saves this knife is the fact that this pocket clip is nice and strong, so it works, and it's very durable. I've dropped this thing like 3 times, and it's still a champ. You know, it still cuts. When I got this knife, I had to put Loctite in the pivot to keep it straight and not from loosening up all the time. But other than that, this is really good for the price. The Eafengrow knife, I don't even know what the name of it is. It doesn't even have any serial numbers. I forgot what it was called, but it's $20 and it comes in several different colors. Not bad. But if you want to step it up a notch and get something a little bit longer, about 4 inches, which I'm a 4-inch knife guy. I really prefer longer knives, but you know, that's just me. I really do like the style of this and the look of it, the feel of it. Everything is fantastic. My only gripe, like I said, is the ball detent's a little bit strong on this knife, so I'll catch myself slipping on this a couple times before I actually open it, which is okay. It means that the blade isn't going anywhere unless you want it to. You got to be really confident with this flipper in order for it to actually work. That's okay, it's fine, it works. And then of course the pocket clip, they need to make that flush so that way this thing doesn't slide around. Over time it will do that, and it'll loosen up your threading on the screws, cause a really bad time that's unnecessary. Overall, Artisan Cutlery has gotten my attention with their beauty and their style. I really do suggest looking into Artisan Cutlery. They have all kinds of knife styles and all kinds of really interesting designs. So this was just one that reminded me of this, but just a little bit better in how I would have liked that knife to be with a deep carry pocket clip. Longer blade, deep carry pocket clip. It just looks a little snazzier in the pocket, but it works fantastic, and it's still light enough to carry around an EDC. That is, if you don't mind EDCing a 4-inch knife. Anyways, that about does it for the review on the Artisan Shark. If you're interested in it, I suggest you go ahead and look it up. Like I said, it doesn't break the bank. It's 56, 54, around about 55, 56 bucks with tax, shipping. Blade HQ, Amazon, they both have them. Go ahead and slash that like button, stab that subscribe, slice that bell icon so that you are that blah. You are notified anytime I post something new. I'm sorry, this is a late night review. I'm about to go to sleep here. Go ahead and let me know what you guys think about this. If you guys are interested in it, go ahead and look it up, man. It's a really decent knife for the price. I'd pick up one. I mean, this is something that it's a step up. It really is. So please, in these crazy times, be kind, be safe, carry responsibly, and I'll see you all good people in the next video.